What's up, beautiful people? Today we're just going to tell a story. I really want to share what happened this past week at work. So let me start from the beginning. I've been working here for about a year and a half, if you count the time I was a temp before I started officially. And as far as I know, most people enjoy being around me and my energy, and I'm upbeat and positive and cheerful, and I'm always singing. They even named me the singing shipper. Um, I mostly just ship packages, but I'm trying to get this new position that opened up. At first, I didn't really show any interest in the position, and it hadn't officially even been put out. It still hasn't even officially been put out to apply for. But I started to realize how everything I was asking for was right in front of me. This was the answer to my money crisis, which is really just trying to save up money for our wedding in December. And we've calculated that will be okay as long as I keep getting the overtime I'm getting, but I'm worried that maybe I'm not going to keep getting overtime if they do hire enough people. Um, but, anyways, I wanted to grow since the day I started. The whole reason I got this job was so that I can grow and have the opportunity to grow and learn more and gain more skills so that way I have skills because I don't really have any skills besides things I've learned on my own and restaurant business. Some sales, a little bit of construction, but not really. I mostly just helped install granite countertops. I don't have a skill set, and I never developed that because I was never really sure what I wanted to do with my life. And I don't regret that because everything that happened just as it was supposed to lead me to this moment now to realize what it is I want to do. And that is write my book, sell my book, teach martial arts. And it's going to be different. I want to talk about my martial arts maybe next week, just about my idea for the program I want to create. And it's going to be fun and more about dancing and being silly and connecting with your spirit and singing, whatever connects you to your spirit. We'll be doing a lot of that. We'll be having fun, but also it'll be exercise too, but in a fun way. And there'll be some serious moments where we have to meditate and, really go deep. But for the most part, it's going to be different than anything anyone's ever seen at any martial arts studio, and it's not just going to be a bunch of punches and kicks. Anyways, that's my dream. That's what I'm chasing. And if I keep chasing it, it's going to chase me. The more I show up for my goals, the more my goals are starting to show up for me. The more I feel good, healthy, So I'm going to keep doing it. But just in case, you always got to have something to sustain you. You don't quit your day job. A lot of people will tell you to manifest something, you'll have to give up everything that doesn't work for you. And that's true in a way, but you can change your energy, your vibration to do that. Where you are, wherever you are right now, right here, you can change your vibration and that will change your reality. But you also have to take action and steps towards the goals that fill your spirit and give you passion. And people will tell you to just quit your job, but you can't do that. You need to sustain yourself. You need a space, a home to create and start taking those little steps towards your goals and your dreams, because dreams are not going to come true overnight. And if you try to chase those kind of dreams, they're not going to work out the way you want, and you're going to end up selling your soul. So the way you got to do it is little by little. The universe will start to align everything for you. But just as you should show up in every aspect of your life and be true to yourself, be honest with yourself, so that way you can communicate yourself honestly to others and how you feel and what you want, and set boundaries for yourself and goals. Um, once you have that self-worth and you know you're worthy and deserve more, it gets a bit tricky because working at a job, you know, for barely $20 an hour, it's not really anything special, and there's nothing special or about this job that really gives me passion towards it. But I know it is helping people, because we are doing a service, of course. But in any case, it's not my passion, and I will work here as long as I need to until my dreams come true. And I will. My goal to grow is to grow in life, but in order to grow in life, we must also grow within our workspace and grow out of our workspace and maybe start your own business, become an entrepreneur in the end, slowly and little by little. But for now, keep taking other steps to grow wherever else you can. So I don't want to just grow in my personal life, I want to grow in my work life because that's going to give me more money, more stability, less stress, and more comfort, less worry, right? So I've been interested in this position that opened up. And it's not really part of the shipping, so it would become its own department. I would become my own lead of this department. I wouldn't have anybody under me yet, but there's a possibility that it will grow, a good chance that it will grow, and I will eventually have people under me, and I can grow even further. And maybe I don't get the position, but for me to put myself out there and show that I'm interested and that I want to grow is more important than anything else. So that way they don't just shove me off in the future and say like, well, he didn't even try it for that one, so what's up? But so that's the main thing. I don't expect I'll get it, but after what transpired in the last week, my chances have increased highly for me to get this position. Let me take a quick second and I'll finish the story. So right now I have a lead above me, and then a supervisor, and also a director, and then more and more and more. But I only really have to answer to my lead and my supervisor, and sometimes my director if he comes over. Well, last week I told her that I might be interested and that I would sleep on it. I did. I thought really hard about that position and weighed out how much it would make versus the overtime I was getting. And as long as I still get a little bit of overtime, I'll be making even more. So the only downside was having to come to work early. So you might see me in my car a lot more. But I'll be getting here early to beat traffic some days during the middle of the week when traffic's bad, if I do get that spot. But anyways, last Thursday, I had decided, okay, I'm interested. And she talked to the director and her boss and said that you need to talk to him. He wants to talk to you. So I go over there thinking that this was going to be a good conversation, that he was ready to talk to me, and thinking, oh, he's going to be so happy that somebody wants to take the position, because right now nobody even wants it. And there's nobody really, and the people that are qualified for it don't want it. I'm the only one that actually wants it, that's qualified to do everything. So I showed interest. I talked to him and I told him I just need a few minutes. He only gave me 2 minutes. He cut me short really quick, just shut me down, made it seem like he didn't trust in my capability to actually do the job, because I would have to speak to higher ups. And I believe he was resenting me for telling the truth. I told the truth a few weeks ago to the CEO, that we needed help. And then later on, he came in and said that, no, you basically saying that you need to lie and you don't tell the truth. You just tell them what they want to hear. And he was just mad because he got in trouble. And he got more, I think he held it against me more than the other person that was also involved and said that yes, we need help. But we were very careful about the words we used, and we were honest, and I think we communicated well. But he thought our communication was bad, so he held that against me that whole time. And he was very intense and a little came off a little aggressive and just cut me short, and saying that it was going to be up to manufacturing to decide who gets the job. But then the very next day, on Friday, I come in early because my boss told me to come in early and keep learning the position, keep doing what I was doing, and I did. And the whole reason I came in early was to do that. They had me do something else. They changed it on me, and then they brought a temp from next door that's only been here for maybe a month or two to come learn the job. The very next day after I showed interest, all of a sudden he's bringing a temp over to learn the job. And I'm going to be honest with you all, because I have to be. How do we, deal with everything if we're not honest? And it really, 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 really upset me so much that I had to just walk outside. I had to go outside and take a breath because I was so heated. And it just kept, as the minutes were going by, I just kept thinking and thinking, like, wait a minute, what just happened? What's going on? What? This doesn't seem right at all. And it was starting to become clear that this guy, my director, does not like me. And probably for that reason, I don't know if he did that on purpose to spite me, but it was obvious that he was choosing favorites. And on top of that, a temp is not even allowed to be over there because we deal with gold, precious metal. So you're not even allowed to be on that side or help us at all in any of the stuff that we do. So the fact that he was even doing that was just blew my mind. And they caught me outside and talked to me. And I told him how I was feeling, and this is where I communicated honestly and just threw it all out there. And I was like, look, I'm really upset. I feel betrayed. I couldn't even think of the word at first. I was like, I don't even know, but I feel betrayed. And that was hard. I was like ready to just leave at that point, because I felt completely undermined, and all the work and effort I've done to show that I'm working hard and doing a good job, and I've never made a single mistake or shipped something to the wrong customer or anything like major like that, or lost anything. Where's some wood to knock it? And my journal's made of wood. But anyways, I've been nothing but great, and for him to hold that little thing against me is crazy. But my supervisor, she fought for me, and doesn't matter anyways, because yesterday my director got fired. There's the story. He got fired because someone didn't like him, and they played favorites. So everything he put out, he got tossed back at him. And maybe that's karma, maybe that's just the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. Your energy, your vibration, everything you put out into the universe will come back to you. If you're dishonest, if you move without integrity, and you try to, slide things under the table, or, hide this or hide that, or do that or say this, it's gonna come out eventually, and you're gonna be exposed. So I think that it was probably the best decision, because I don't see how he even really helped or changed anything since he's been here. Things have only gotten worse, and they're only getting worse. But Everybody seems to love him, and probably just because he buys them food. And yeah, you can get anybody to love you if you buy them food. So all day yesterday, I'm just trying to bite my tongue because I don't want to act happy because I was very happy, and maybe it was wrong for me to feel happy. Maybe it's wrong for me to feel happy, but I'm not happy that he lost his job. I'm happy that my opportunity to get this position and grow has now opened up, and I no longer have him as an obstacle in my way. And the funny thing is, I was watching this movie that night, Thursday night, after I had showed interest to him and he blew me off. This movie with the little Indian boy who grew up in America, and they're talking about their Hindu religion and stuff, and I really like uh, all the artwork and stuff. Um, so the little boy was praying to Ganesh. It's the Hindu god that removes obstacles, and without even realizing it, the next day I was just so upset, after he brought that guy in to learn, that even after that whole conversation and everything, I had so much fire in me, and I cast a spell without even realizing it. I prayed to Ganesh, the Ganesh within me, to move him out of my way. And I don't take credit. I don't even believe if that's what actually happened, but I did that, and then it happened. But also, I think it's just karma, because whenever you do something bad, bad things will happen to you. Whenever you do things good, good things will happen to you. When I was young, maybe 10, 11, I had a whole bunch of Game Boy games and Game Boy, and somebody stole all of it, all of it. A week later, his house burned down. Luckily, none of them were hurt or anything. That just all of their stuff got burnt down. And I would never want karma to harm anyone. If it just you know moves obstacles out of my way, then that's fine for me. But you reap what you sow. He's so he's sowed bad. I'm a writer and I don't even know. He sowed bad seeds, and that's what he reaped. He was not honest. He tried to swindle, and he was talking back to his superiors. And I always show respect for everyone, no matter what. And if I was going to hire someone for a position or had that ability to, then I would give everybody the opportunity and choose them based on their skill set, not if I like them or not. I wouldn't bring my personal feelings into it. That's just what a professional does, you know? But he was very unprofessional, and even the way he spoke to me was very unprofessional, and it upset me, you know? And then later on, that next day, I found out that he lied again. They just kept lying to me all over the place, and that shit drove me crazy. He lied and said that it was up to manufacturing to decide who gets that position, but no, it was up to him. The director does get to decide. So he straight up lied to me. So I don't even know who to trust anymore. So I'm just going to keep doing my own thing, keep hustling, keep moving. I'm going to keep moving with integrity and passion and purpose and a higher purpose, which is to be love and to move with love and to move through with love, from love, all love, every love, love, blah, 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 blah. I'm just keep spreading my love all over the place. And if you don't like it, if it makes you jealous that I'm so happy, just a happy person, then fine. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep being happy, and you can be miserable all you want. And not you. I love you. You guys are awesome. And thank you for watching. That's the story. Wish me luck. I hope I do get the job because it'll make our lives a little bit easier and we'll be able to save up enough for our wedding. If you're interested in helping us make that goal, then get some jewelry. Let me know if you want some jewelry. If you're in San Diego, we can probably meet up, or you can come pick it up for free. Or if you're close by, free delivery. Let me know. I'm gonna start uploading more pictures and take more pictures this weekend. We have lots of jewelry. We've been selling baked goods, but not as many people are buying it anymore. So we're trying to sell a lot of the jewelry that we've made, and Effames, and maybe some paintings soon too. If Aria can get around to making some. But sorry, my throat was so dry. This is a longer video than I wanted it to be, but it was a good story. I hope you enjoyed it. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. We got this. Yes, move with integrity, my friends. Just be true to yourself and honest, and I promise you everything will reflect that to you, and it'll move anything that doesn't align with that out of your way. Yes! Woo! Sorry.